203. 1 points. 186 points. 210 points.
Now stand aside.
Oh, wow.
In week 3, I extended my lead over AI. What will week 4 hold? Stay tuned to find out. This week on Dragon Ball Z.
Vegeta, what did you say his power level is? It's over 9,000! 9,000?!
Alright, let's do a quick review of Grok's results from week 3. So first of all, Grok only predicted 2 winners correct. Miami and UGA. And a few extra points for having a score pretty close for the Texas A&M Notre Dame game. But overall, its score was only 19 points. On the other hand, I only had a couple of whiffs, and one really big hitter. So I completely missed Vandy beating South Carolina, and of course, I missed West Virginia winning the backyard brawl against Pitt. But, as you can see, I more than made up for that with Texas A&M upsetting Notre Dame, and Cal upsetting Minnesota, for a total score of 34 points for this week. And here's the latest update for results over time. So, first we have the cumulative score from the first 3 weeks. The first week I only won by 1 point, made some separation in week 2, and then in week 3 I extended my lead over Grok, 96 to 69. Nice. Another interesting thing is our predictions as they vary from the betting lines. So, we've both gone down, generally speaking, in terms of how wildly off we are from, well, in my case, wildly off from the average betting line. But even so, my predictions have been getting better, and Grok's have been getting worse. As you might have noticed last week, Grok predicted all favorites, and only 2 of the 6 favorites won those games. First up, the clash in the Big Ten, Nebraska versus Michigan. And in this case, Grok is once again picking the favorite, taking Michigan for 4 points over Nebraska. But I'm going the other way. I'm taking Nebraska at home, 24 to 14. And overall, Grok's reasoning is actually pretty solid, but it did make one mistake. It said that Dylan Raiola, the quarterback for Nebraska, is a freshman, but obviously he's a sophomore now. And I think between last year's experience in the first 3 games of the season and home field advantage, Nebraska will take it home. Second, Indiana versus Illinois in Bloomington. I was a little bit shocked when I first saw the betting line here, which was Indiana by 4. But between these 2 teams, they've played 6 non-conference opponents, only one of which has a pulse, Duke, which Illinois beat pretty handily. So between the departures from Indiana last year and Illinois' superior offensive line, I'm going to give it to Illinois, 34 to 28, whereas Grok has Indiana 35 to 23. Next up, number 17 Texas Tech at number 16 Utah. Utah is favored by 4 points, which is the exact margin that Grok thinks Utah will win by. But I think with Baron Morton having a full year of starting experience under his belt from last year, and the 3 games so far this year, that he's got the advantage, and Texas Tech's massive NIL roster probably helps out a lot here too. So give me the Red Raiders in the on-the-road upset. The Miami versus Florida matchup is a study of contrasts. On one hand, you have Carson Beck, who's lighting up the scoreboard. Miami's got a great D. They have absolutely no home field advantage in this matchup. And then you've got Florida with DJ Lagway, who's had a rocky start, to say the least, so far this year. And their defense has been okay, but with losses to South Florida and LSU, are not looking like world beaters, especially whenever their offense can't score any points. So, Grok and I are both taking Miami in this matchup, although I am taking Miami by a much bigger margin. Last year, the Oklahoma Sooners had a very emotional game when Josh Heupel and the Vols came to town. The Vols ended up winning that one. What will happen this year as Jackson Arnold comes back with the Auburn Tigers as their quarterback? So far, I've been more impressed with Auburn's win over Baylor than by Oklahoma's win over Michigan. Frankly, I think Michigan is a little bit overrated. So, give me the Tigers in this one in a road upset as Jackson Arnold gets his revenge. Alright, that'll just about do it for me. One thing that I've noticed over these weeks, and especially this week, is that Grok keeps making simple mistakes. For example, he said that Oklahoma, Auburn, Illinois, and Texas Tech were all 2-1, even though in reality all 4 teams are actually 3-0. Why did he do that? Only 2 of the 4 were 2-1 at this point last year, so it kind of just seems like it's making it up, but at the same time, it knew that each of these 4 teams had only played 3 games. So, something to keep an eye on. Anyways, that'll do it for me. If you enjoyed this more casual take on college football, do me a huge favor, like and subscribe, and comment please. And make sure to check out the weekly meme highlights that I have on YouTube Shorts. I seem to be getting a good reaction out of those. But until next time, I'll see you.